We see them coming from Eritrea, we see them coming from Zimbabwe, we see them coming from the Congo, we see them coming from all parts of Africa.
A new group of immigrants pushing detention center numbers up. This time they are coming from Africa. Channel 5's Valerie Gonzalez joins us now with more. Valerie.
From one year to the next, the number of refugees from the Democratic Republic of the Congo more than doubled from 2015 to 2016 to about 16,300. Overall, those immigrants may face more challenges in staying here than those from other places like Central America. The sounds of children playing fill the air at La Posada Providencia. It's a temporary shelter for immigrants seeking asylum or refugee status.
It was not planned for me to come here, but here I am.
A mother from Zimbabwe sits studying. She wants to be a nurse someday. We'll call her Shalom for her safety. Outside, another mom, who we'll call Clara, is relieved to see these sights instead of those she left behind.
They're killing people, killing children. There is no school. Everything's bad in Congo.
Clara and Shalom made the months-long journey. Clara's husband worked for the president's family. That eventually led to trouble for her own family.
They shoot me something here, I have here in my head, and they iron my legs, take my baby in the fridge. So they tell me, if you don't run, when they're coming, they'll kill you and your husband.
Leaving home wasn't part of either woman's future. Shalom and her husband were hunted down for being members of an opposing party.
He was adopted and beaten, and then after 2 weeks he passed away. But they said in his death certificate was natural causes. No, it was not.
Suddenly single with 2 children, she moved to a different town.
I didn't know that there were people following me.
Those people found her. She claims men burst into her house, beat her, sexually assaulted her, left her for dead. All of this in front of her 14-year-old son and 4-year-old daughter.
They thought I was dead.
Leaving Zimbabwe and her 2 children behind was painful. She meant only to flee to South Africa. Warnings to keep moving and a mix-up landed her in Los Angeles. Unable to return, she was told to stay and apply for asylum here. This process is more complex for people like her and Clara.
Those countries that have any ties, at least in the eyes of the government, to any type of potential terrorism, those cases tend to be take longer, simply because of background checks that they go through. And those cases are also not as likely to be able to be granted parole.
Jody Goodwin is an immigration attorney who helps people from all over the world. She says parole is also more difficult to obtain for those who don't have a sponsor. Here's where La Posada can make a difference.
Many of the Africans really do not. They tend to have less people to receive them.
Andy Atkinson, the executive director, says they've received several people from African countries. It all started about a month ago.
At least since I've been here, I've noticed a surge since this summer.
La Posada helps people who are released from detention facilities, like Shalom. She was detained. There, she received unexpected news. The rape yielded a child.
In the detention, I was advised to abort the child. But I said no. I'm a Christian. My faith doesn't allow me to do it.
She named him Emmanuel.
God is with us.
Here, among survivors of violence and hardship, you'll find faith in God, in this country, and a community still accepting thousands running for their lives. Many more from African countries, predominantly the Democratic Republic of the Congo, are waiting along our border. They have a heavy presence in Nuevo Laredo, though some are here along the valley's border with Mexico. In the studio, Valerie Gonzalez, Channel 5 News at 10.